Ormonde Jayne, Indus and Damask are two very different takes on the rose, an eternal floral inspiration in the perfume world. How do they smell? Which rose is better and which one would suit your taste? Stay tuned until the end and you will find out. And hello everyone, I'm Miri, welcome to my channel. First I will review both perfumes, then I will compare them, and in the end I will rate them and I will let you know which one is my favorite. So let's start as always with the inspiration. Both perfumes are part of La Route de la Soie collection that leads you on the paths of the Silk Road, and they are inspired by two different locations through which the ancient Silk Road passed. Indus is inspired by the Indus Valley, which lies between northeastern India, Pakistan and Afghanistan, and in Kashmir, in that valley, the finest Persian roses are cultivated and traditionally harvested in springtime before dawn to preserve their unique aroma and high quality. On the other side, Damask is a city with a long history. It was historically located in ancient Mesopotamia, which was the cradle of the civilization, and today Damask is a city in Syria known as home of damask roses, a special ancient type of roses which have strongly scented blooms and that have been used by perfumeries in the Middle East for making attar of roses. And damask roses are the best type for making potpourri because of their strong flavor. So which rose is better, Persian rose or damask rose, and how do these two perfumes smell? The opening of Indus is a bit sharp, opulent and very fruity. I get a green, fruity blackcurrants with lychee on my skin with like woody, sweet, spicy aroma of nutmeg, but lychee also adds a citrusy green scent. So this is a very interesting mix that doesn't have overwhelming sweetness. Most mainstream perfumes do. It's still sweet but in an energizing, fruity way. So the opening is a mix of tart fruits with a spicy dusting from nutmeg. It smells like black currants are sprinkled with spices and drizzled with citruses. It's fruity, sweet and spicy, but fresh at the same time. And very soon rose takes over with a strong plum note, and this becomes a rich oriental fruity rose perfume in the heart. Lychee becomes stronger and you can smell its fresh, citrusy and green-like aroma with hints of nutmeg, but mainly this is a fruity rose. So imagine you're in Kashmir harvesting Persian roses before sunrise, and those roses have tiny drops of sparkling citrusy dew, and you mixed those dewed citrusy roses with the delicious, rich, succulent aroma of a plum jam. That combination of citrusy rose petals and a plum jam is how the heart of Indus smells to me. It's truly velvety but fresh with a sensual rose that retains tangy, citrusy, spicy flavor from the top notes. Plummy citrusy rose from the heart becomes even more complex in the dry down, where that rich, velvety, fruity rose scent is enhanced with musky, incensey and patchouli nuances. So don't be afraid that incense in Indus will smell like church or like a funeral. Both incense and patchouli just add some depth and some slight smokiness and woodiness which prolongates the longevity of this perfume on my skin. The dry down smells to me like you're storing rose petals and a plum jam on the wooden shelf. So this is mainly a plummy, velvety, rich rose supported by patchouli, woodiness and some light smokiness. This isn't a scent of rose garden because it's so much much more complex and rich, but at the same time it doesn't smell like a Ormonde Jayne rose either, because it has lychee, citrusy freshness and some smoky patchouli woodiness. It's equally and simultaneously fresh and jammy, so it's very warm, it's oriental scent with an old school like rose aroma that is very approachable and likable even for modern consumers. It is a scent that tamed, rich Persian rose with absolute finesse, elegance and classiness. So this would be a fragrance of a concubine in the Mesopotamian harem, if they existed, and that concubine would be wearing a plum velvety robe with golden jewelry, and she's lying on the ornamented bed covered with rose petals. So this is how Indus smells to me. And although all Ormonde Jayne perfumes in collection La Route de la Soie are marketed as unisex, Indus to me is a feminine fragrance, but it is very versatile. It's wearable no matter the season or time of the day, and it's appropriate for any occasion as well. It's an office-friendly perfume that can work for both casual and formal situations, and if I had to compare it with one perfume, that perfume would be Frederic Malle's Portrait of a Lady. But Indus, in my opinion, is much easier to wear and more likable. It's sensual but fresh rose perfume that would be liked even by those who hate rose fragrances, because it's very fruity and it has a lot of different textures that make it very interesting and inviting. So if you're into lush, rich, plummy rose with citrus and patchouli nuances, try out Indus. My rating for its scent profile is 7 out of 10. And what about Damask? I must say that the opening is like so beautiful to me. It just speaks to my nose. It's a tangy rose scent, and you can smell the combination of rose, honeyed, luscious sweetness of the black currant and pear with refreshing lemon that keeps the scent from being like too sticky or saccharine sweet. What I especially appreciate in this fragrance is that pear smells delectable and not sweet in a shampoo or hairspray type of way, as pear can sometimes smell in other perfumes. So imagine you're smelling creamy poached pears doused in the honeyed lemon juice, and next to it is a pink rose bouquet. This is how the opening smells. It's so deliciously sweet but tangy and floral at the same time, and I love that tart sweet combination. It's just so feminine and simply gorgeous. In the heart, rose shines the most with fizzy berries from the pink pepper, but from time to time you get wafts of jasmine, elegantly adding a bit of sensuality and muskiness. And the rose here isn't old-fashioned, isn't jammy or purple like rose, but it's very musky and tender. It's the scent of thousands of rose petals with photorealistic, ripe, juicy berries and some like slightly synthetic metallic smelling note that in the combination with berries creates like a very sparkling and fizzy experience. So the heart is sweet, fruity rose-centered scent that smells like you're sitting on a terrace next to damask rose bushes. Bees are humming, the sun is warming your skin, and you're enjoying fizzy rose wine. The scent is just beautiful and so magical. It has so much charm and elegance. And the musk becomes very musky in the dry down, and this is a musky fruity rose with mineralic quality and ambery warmth, but base notes aren't very prominent, and this still remains the scent of afternoon spent on the terrace surrounded with the scent of roses and fizzy wine flavor, but with some spiciness and sensuality. So this is truly the type of perfume you want to immerse yourself in, and rose here binds everything into a balanced, joyful, elegant aroma. And although Damask appears light and fresh, it has depth, and I really enjoy that fizzy fruitiness in it. This is absolutely feminine fragrance in my opinion, not unisex at all. It's signature scent worthy because it's ageless and it could be worn on different occasions and in all seasons, although it shines the most in warmer weather in spring, summer and autumn. It would be a great casual or even dressy scent, and I love the elegant carefree play between the musk roses, fruits and muskiness, and this is just a beautiful scent. It's in the same scent family with Yves Saint Laurent Blouse Initio Atomic Rose and Parfums de Mali Delina. So if you like either one of them, you will definitely like Damask as well. Damask reminds me very much of Delina, but I feel like Damask would be more wearable and more enjoyable to most people because that tart, lychee and rhubarb in Delina would be like a bit too much for most of people. And lychee and rhubarb from Delina are replaced with lemon in Damask, but that lemon is sweetened and honeyed, so the scent never becomes too sour or tangy as the opening of Delina can be to most. And to me, Damask and Delina share the same DNA, but Damask is less creamy and with some fizziness that makes it a bit interesting. And as I was reading reviews before purchasing Damask, one reviewer made my mind instantly set on purchasing Damask. I'm not sure where I read it and who was the reviewer that said it. And if that was you and you're watching this video, then please let me know in the comments. But the review said that Damask is Delina all grown up, that this is the scent of a female spy dressed in silk and sipping a cocktail while riding on the Orient Express. So how amazing description that is. And this perfume is the olfactory portrayal of a good life, the embodiment of the most delicious damask roses in the garden. I love Delina, so of course I love damask as well, especially the opening and fizziness in the dry down, which makes it very unique. I think that if I had smelled damask before Delina, I would love it maybe a bit more than Delina. So my rating for this scent profile is of course 10 out of 10. But how these two perfumes perform. Indus has a moderate longevity and it lasts about 6 hours on my skin, which is pretty good, but the projection isn't very strong. It has medium intensity, so others who are in your proximity will be able to smell it on you, but it won't announce your presence, and people on the other side of the room won't be able to smell you. That makes it a very good office-friendly perfume, and it leaves a very beautiful trail behind. So my rating for its performance is 6 out of 10. The mask lasts about 6 hours on my skin as well, but it has great projection and amazing sillage. So when you pass through the hallway or leave a room, others will still smell the intoxicating trail you left behind. The projection is so strong, and when I first tested it, my mom walked into a room. She was a few meters away and she immediately asked me, "What smells so good?" And obviously the mask really projects. Others will smell it on you and compliment you on it. So you don't need to overspray it because it projects, and it will last for a pretty good amount of time. So my rating for its performance is 7 out of 10. And if you found this video informative and helpful so far, let me know by clicking the like button and subscribing. That way you're becoming a member of our fragrance family, so welcome in advance. And what are now the similarities and differences between Indus and Damask, and which one is my favorite. As I've already stated, both perfumes are rose-centered fragrances with fruity nuances, so they share similarities, but the way they're done is completely different. For example, both have blackcurrant in the opening, but in Indus, blackcurrant is spiced with a green citrusy lychee aroma, while in Damask, you get blackcurrant but with honeyed pear and lemon. Therefore, if you would like spicier and slightly greener blackcurrant with moderate sweetness, Indus will match your preferences, and its opening is very unique and enjoyable. But if you like sweeter perfumes with honey-like nuances, and if you think you would enjoy more a citrusy creamy rose with pear, then your choice will be Damask. And in the heart, both fragrances have strong rose with fruits, but in Indus, fruits feel so rich, like they are made into jam, and the rose is very opulent and mixed with plum and citrusy lychee, so it's sweet, jammy, slightly spicy and fresh. While in Damask, citrusy aroma of lemon gets lost in the heart and everything revolves around roses, berries and jasmine. So both are fruity rose scents, but you like Indus more if you want a very fresh citrusy take on the jammy rose scent, while you will enjoy Damask more if the fizzy, fruity rose is something you would find appealing. So imagine the scent of rose petals floating in the sparkling rose wine. If that sounds amazing to you, then try out Damask. And finally, both have a fruity musky rose base, but Indus has added patchouli and some smoky incense note, while Damask is more mineralic and ambery. So if you're a patchouli incense lover and if you enjoy oriental perfumes, you will absolutely love Indus. But if you love amber and if you enjoy more elegant perfumes, you will prefer Damask. So the main difference is that Indus is spicier, citrusy, jammy rose, while Damask is muskier, fizzier, fruity rose. Indus feels more complex and definitely more nuanced than Damask. It's very sophisticated and definitely something niche perfume lovers will love and enjoy. It is an oriental perfume that smells very beautiful, while I feel like Damask is a bit more mass appealing and likable, and there is nothing wrong with a likable scent. So the overall vibe you get from these two perfumes is very different. Indus is like a mysterious, sultry older sister, while its younger sister, Damask, is classy, bubbly, and just joyful. I do enjoy them both, but Damask is more relatable to me. It has a better performance as well. It projects a bit more. So Indus gets for its scent profile and performance 6.5 out of 10, mainly because it doesn't really project, while Damask gets 8.5 out of 10, and it's my definite favorite. To me, both are very beautiful, but Damask stole my heart away because it reminds me so much of my favorite Delina. So have you tried these two rose-forward fragrances yourself? Which one is your favorite? And also, do you like rose perfumes, or they smell too old-fashioned for you? Let me know your opinions and thoughts in the comments. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see my review of immensely popular Parfums de Mali Delina, check out this video. I will see you there. Bye!